Here we are, guys. In a video I truly did not see myself making. Tennessee falls to 5-2 after a heartbreaking loss at Alabama this past weekend in a game that was a tale of two halves, right? Tennessee jumping out to a big lead to start the game, looking like the Tennessee team from last year, you know, the best first quarter team in the country, jumping out to big leads and making teams play from behind. And that's exactly what happened in this game. And Alabama was just able to stay in the game and, you know, constantly chip away at that lead and stay in the game for 4 quarters. And in that second half, you know, it ended up being a one-sided half on the scoreboard. And that's going to be the case when you play the greatest teams in college football, guys. They're not going to go away. They're going to continue to chip and chip and chip, and you got to be able to play 4 quarters, you know. And Tennessee just wasn't able to do that, guys. So I'm going to talk about, you know, what happened in the game, first quarter through the fourth quarter. And I also got a couple of keys to victory that Tennessee did not do, which is why we lost the game, guys. But I just want to say, to start the game, Joe Milton looked good in this game, guys. Compared to games that he's played previously this season, he looked a lot better. We had to change our offense. I've talked about this before because of Joe Milton's inability to throw the football in certain situations. We quit calling the deep plays, that's obvious. We quit calling the screen game and really just resorted to a lot of quick game stuff, you know, hitches, slants, outs, that sort of thing. In this game, rather, we came back to the screen game, which was working for us in the first half. A couple of big third and longs, third and mediums, converted off some screens. Joe Milton, obviously, on the deep ball to Squirrel White, first drive of the game. You know, in our scripted plays, he takes a shot. Absolutely beautiful ball in the front quarter of the end zone, and Squirrel White's able to catch it and drag his foot down for the touchdown. But this gets me into my first key point of victory, guys. And, you know, these keys to victory don't change. I know I sound like a broken record if you listen to a lot of videos on the channel, but whether you're coaching Pee-wee, college, all the way up to the NFL, you have to be able to come away with 7 instead of 3 in the red zone, right? And Tennessee was not able to do that, and even in the first half. You know, it should have been 21-0. Instead, it was 13-0. You're only down 2 scores in if you're Alabama. You got a whole game left to play. With that being said, guys, I'm not going to call reffing as a reason we lost. Do the refs suck and, you know, love Nick Saban and call plays in favor of him? Yes. But Tennessee still had ample chances to win. But with that being said, on our second drive, we were up 7-0, ball on like the 2 or 3 yard line, second or third and goal. We throw a pop pass to our tight end, and the linebacker absolutely holds the piss out of him right in front of the ref, and he doesn't call it. That's PI in the end zone. Ball should be on the 1. But anyways, we got to go away with 3 there instead of 7. And, you know, on the next drive, we can't convert on third and short, third and goal. And we got to kick the field goal there too. When you play these great teams, guys, you got to come out with 7 in the red zone instead of 3. You'll take 3 all day, but you really, really need 7 whenever you get in and goal situations. And Tennessee wasn't able to do that. Also, the deep ball to Ramel Keaton. In the first half, we were throwing the ball deep. Our offense was moving. Now, with that being said, the last 2 drives for Alabama in the second half, they were able to move the ball down the field. Milroe found Jermaine Burton, moved the ball down the field, second to last drive. They scored. On their last drive, they started to drive the ball down the field again, and that's when Slaughter made that deflection in the red zone, and our safety comes through and catches it. Massive pick, massive pick. We were able to come away with points on that drive too to close out the second half, or the first half rather. So that's big going into halftime, guys. That's absolutely big. Alabama's starting to get some momentum, moving the ball, and then boom, pick in the end zone, drive down, score. Now, with that being said, guys, I literally tweeted this at halftime. I've been saying this for years. Nick Saban is by far the best halftime adjuster in college football history. And you saw that coming out of halftime, guys. The play that I'm thinking of right now, first play coming out of halftime, they motioned a receiver or a tight end, knowing that safety would follow and leave that gap in the run game. And that's what happened. You know, the safety leaves with the motion, running back runs where he just left from, and boom, it's a big play. And then second play, they run a switch vert route, which I assume that they also saw in that first half would be open based off how our DBs were playing. And, you know, in 2 plays, they go down and score the football. And this gets me into my second key to victory and reason why Tennessee lost: third down conversions. Okay. In the first half, we were converting on those 3rd and 7s, those 3rd and 12s, those 3rd and 5s. In the second half, we were consistently getting behind the sticks, and 3rd and longs, 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, and not able to convert, guys. Your playbook is condensed when it's 3rd and 8. You can only run so many plays. When it's 3rd and 15, even less, and our guys were getting gains, and it'd be 4th and 2, 4th and 3, but you can't go, obviously you're not going for that backed up, so you got to stay on schedule as a team and convert on 3rd downs. And Alabama was consistently able to make those stops, and that's the key right there. You got to convert on 3rd downs. With that being said, guys, talking about the SEC, by far the most physical conference in college football, those 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts, those short yardage situations, you got to convert on those too, man. 4th and inches, approaching the red zone. You got to get that. You got to get that. Do I agree with the play call? No. 4th and 1. It's just inside zone. My guys on your guys. Can you get 1 yard? And, in the second half, obviously we went for it on the 4th and 1 on the 45-yard line. Didn't get it. Still with the lead, Alabama was able to get the ball on their side of the 50 and drive down and score. So that's tough on the defense. You're giving them a short field with a small lead. Obviously, Heupel's trusting the defense. They've been playing better and better every single game. They've been playing good so far. So you're trusting the defense, trusting they'll give up 3 instead of 7, but Alabama's OC, Tommy Rees, was just able to dial up the plays in the red zone, saving the quarterback run for that second half, and it opened up there on that drive coming off that 4th and 1 stop for Alabama. And from then on, it was just, the inability for Tennessee's offense to stay in front of the sticks, and the pressure wasn't getting there as much in the second half for Tennessee. Now, we're tired. You can only stop offenses for so much, whenever it's a 3 and out. I've been on defenses that have been phenomenal with absolutely horrendous offenses, guys. You're in a 7-play drive, you get a stop, you're off the field, you're in the tent watching the play, and it's not even 45 seconds, and it's punt ready. Your offense is getting to 3 and out. After 3 and outs, you're getting like a 45-second break after a 7-play drive, after an 8-play drive. You're going to be tired as a defense. That's where running the football and eating the clock is so valuable. That's that old school style of football that, a lot of teams are going away from. Nick Saban, of course, going to that. But Alabama's defense just proved to be, exquisite, and we knew that this year. Their linebacker, one of their best linebackers in college football, was able to make some clutch plays. And Tennessee just couldn't compete for 4 quarters. Those 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts, you got to convert. You're going to live and die by those, and we died by them on Saturday. And 3rd down conversions bit us in the reds, or bit us throughout the whole game in the second half, especially. And then also being able to come out with 7 instead of 3 in the red zone. Those are the 3 things right there, guys. If we could have done those 3 things, we'd have won the football game. With that being said, looking forward, Tennessee fans have nothing to hang their head about. We are in contention with the SEC, from last season on out. Heupel is that guy. Our defense is improving. From last year to this year, we were a joke to a legitimate SEC defense. That's improvement from year 1 to year 2. Our offense, although it's taken a step back in explosiveness, is still able to run the football at an elite level. So we are still an elite offensive team, not doing the same thing we were doing. That shows Heupel's ability to adapt. The hire of Tim Banks, our defensive coordinator, is proven to be a great hire from Heupel. We're able to get our guys in recruitment-wise that fit the system that we want to do defensively, which is showing every single game we're growing as a defense. Which leads me into this game against Georgia. I'm looking ahead, obviously. We have a chance playing at Neyland, guys. Now, are we going to be favorited? Obviously not. It's going to be a tough game. But with the Tennessee defense that we have, and Brock Bowers not being, active for Georgia, Carson Beck's safety blanket is gone. He's going to have to make these throws without having Brock Bowers that he can rely on if nothing else is available. with the pressure that Tennessee's defense is able to send, with the swarming, tendencies of our secondary, Georgia could have some problems. Now, Georgia does some things in the run game, specifically with their buck sweep or their pin and pull, hitting gap schemes to the C and D gaps. That's the weakness of our run game, of our run defense, rather, is not so much the interior in between the tackles, but outside. You saw a couple times in the Alabama game, they were just straight up not blocking Kamal Haddon and forcing him to make, 4 or 5 tackles on a drive. Which is kind of like what you want to do as an OC and make the worst guy on the field, that being a corner tackle. But anyways, I'm getting ahead. I'm just saying that to say this, guys. Don't hang your head. We are constantly improving every single year, okay? Joe Milton in his 35th collegiate year, would I expect him to be a little bit more developed? Yes. With that being said, guys, let's not forget what's on the horizon. Nico Iamaleava is coming. 6'7", #1 quarterback in his class before he recruited to Tennessee, and they threw him down the rankings because they hate the Vols. He's coming. Volleyball state champion. This guy is coming. Go watch his 7-on-7 highlights. Go watch this dude sling the ball. This guy's going to be the next Peyton Manning. I'm telling you. This guy is going to be the saving grace for the Tennessee program. He is going to be what takes us to the next step these next couple of years as a program, turning us into a powerhouse in the SEC. It's coming, guys. 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year under Heupel's system. He's going to continue to get his guys in the recruiting. Tim Banks is going to continue to get his guys for his defense. We're going to continue to expand on these systems. Imagine this defense in 3-4 years when they got their guys in the system for 4 years. They're seniors now. They've been building on the defensive playbook and offensive playbook for 4 years. This is going to be a completely different team from Tennessee. We are on the come up, so there is nothing to lay your head about as a Tennessee fan, guys. So that's going to be the end of this video. Leave a like. It's going to help this video get out to multiple Tennessee fans, guys. That really helps our channel out more than you can know. Just one like goes a long way. Also, subscribe. I do this channel with my partner. He's a Georgia fan, right? So we got a bunch of Georgia subs on here, and Georgia fans are loud, they're obnoxious, they're proud. You know how Georgia fans are, guys. Just subscribe so we can have a voice against these guys. It's Tennessee Nation. That game's coming up at Neyland. That's going to be a huge game. I'm looking forward to wrecking the Georgia Bulldogs season. But also comment and let me know what you think about Heupel, this game against Alabama, and this Tennessee team going forward. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I really appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see you.